You can be good at something and still hate the moment when everyone looks at you. You can speak well. You can explain things clearly. You can make people laugh. You can do your work better than most people in the room. But the second attention turns toward you, your body changes. Your chest gets tight. Your face feels warm. Your mind starts checking every word before it comes out. And the strange part is, you are not afraid because you cannot do it. You are afraid because now people can see you doing it. That is a very different fear. It is not always fear of failing. Sometimes it is fear of being seen too clearly. Maybe you know this feeling. Someone says your name in a group, and suddenly your body becomes too loud. You notice your hands. You notice your voice. You notice how you are sitting. You start wondering if your smile looks fake, if your words sound strange, if people are judging you. Before that moment, you were fine. You were relaxed. You knew what you wanted to say. But as soon as attention landed on you, your brain stopped focusing on the task and started focusing on you. This is why it feels so confusing. You might be strong in private, but tense in public. You might be smart, funny, or talented, but still feel uncomfortable when people praise you. You might want people to notice your work, but when they actually notice it, you want to disappear. And then you start blaming yourself. You think, why am I like this? You think, I should be more confident. You think, if I am good at this, why do I still feel scared? But this does not mean you are weak. It means your brain has learned to treat attention as something important, and sometimes something risky. Human beings are social creatures. Your brain was built to care about how other people see you. A long time ago, being accepted by the group helped people survive. Being rejected, laughed at, or pushed away could be dangerous. So your brain learned to watch social attention very closely. When people look at you, your brain does not only think, they are seeing me. It may also think, they are judging me. That small shift changes everything. Being seen starts to feel like being tested. A compliment can feel like pressure. A room looking at you can feel like danger. Even success can feel uncomfortable because success makes you more visible, and visibility means people may expect more from you next time. This is why you may not hate attention itself. You may hate what your brain thinks attention means. Your brain may think attention means you must be perfect. It may think attention means you are being measured. It may think one mistake will change how people see you. So even when you are doing well, your body prepares for threat. This is where your nervous system gets involved. When attention turns toward you, the alarm system in your brain may become active. One part of the brain looks for signs of danger. It does not only look for physical danger, it also looks for social danger. A strange look, a pause, a laugh at the wrong time, a face that seems bored. Your brain collects these signals very quickly. And if your threat system is sensitive, it may react before you have time to think clearly. That is why your mind can go blank. That is why your voice can shake. That is why you can forget something you knew perfectly 5 minutes ago. Your knowledge did not disappear. Your brain simply moved energy away from calm thinking and toward protection. It is like trying to write a message while an alarm is ringing in the same room. You can still write, but it takes more effort. This is also why you become too aware of yourself. Your brain starts watching you from the inside. It checks your tone. It checks your face. It checks your posture. It checks whether you sound confident enough. Now you are not just speaking. You are speaking and judging yourself at the same time. That takes a lot of mental energy. A simple way to understand it is this. Attention becomes painful when your brain changes. People are seeing me into people are judging me. Seen becomes judged. Judged becomes unsafe. Unsafe becomes tension. And once your body feels tension, your mind looks for a reason. So it says, maybe I am awkward. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I should avoid this next time. But the feeling came first. The story came after. This matters because you do not fix this by forcing yourself to act confident. You change it by teaching your brain a new meaning for attention. Not all at once, slowly. The first thing you can do is move your attention away from yourself and back to the task. When you feel people watching you, your brain wants to scan your own performance. It wants to ask, how do I look? But a better question is, what am I trying to give right now? If you are speaking in a meeting, focus on the one idea people need to understand. If you are telling a story, focus on the next clear sentence. If someone asks your opinion, focus on helping them see what you mean. This works because your brain has limited space. When you use that space to monitor yourself, anxiety grows. When you use it to focus on the task, your mind becomes steadier. You stop performing yourself and start serving the moment. For example, imagine your teacher or manager asks you to explain your work. Your first thought may be, "Everyone is looking at me." That thought makes your body tighten. But if you shift to, "I only need to explain the main point clearly," your brain gets a smaller job. Smaller jobs feel safer. The second thing is to name what is happening in your body, not in a harsh way, just quietly. You might say inside your mind, "My threat system is turning on," or "This is visibility discomfort," or "My body is reacting to attention." This works because naming a feeling gives your thinking brain a little more control. The feeling does not vanish, but it becomes less mysterious. You stop saying, "Something is wrong with me." You start saying, "Something is happening in my nervous system." That small difference protects your identity. For example, if someone praises you in front of others and you feel embarrassed, you do not have to make a joke or reject the praise. You can simply think, "My brain is treating praise like exposure." Then say, "Thank you. I appreciate that." Just that. No long explanation. No shrinking. No running away from the moment. The third thing is to stop trying to read every face. This is one of the biggest traps. When you are uncomfortable with attention, your brain tries to control how everyone sees you. You notice if one person looks away. You notice if someone does not smile. You notice if there is a pause. Then your brain fills in the blanks with negative meaning. They are bored. They think I am weird. I said something wrong. But most of the time, you do not have enough information. People look away for many reasons. They may be thinking. They may be tired. They may be distracted. They may still be listening. Your anxious brain wants certainty. But social life does not give perfect certainty. So the skill is learning to say, "I do not know what that means." That sentence is powerful. It stops your brain from turning guesses into facts. For example, if you are talking and someone checks their phone, your first thought may be, "I lost them." But a more accurate thought is, "I do not know." Maybe they got a message. Maybe they are checking the time. Maybe it has nothing to do with you. You do not need to solve every reaction in the room. The fourth thing is to build small proof that being seen is safe. Your brain does not change because you argue with it. It changes because you give it new experiences. So do not begin with the biggest spotlight. Begin with small moments. Say one honest thought in a group. Let someone compliment you without rejecting it. Share work before it feels perfect. Speak one sentence without over-explaining. These small moments teach your brain, "I can be visible and still be safe." This is how learning works in the nervous system. The brain predicts danger. Then you enter the moment. Then nothing terrible happens. Over time, the prediction changes. For example, maybe you usually hide your ideas in a group chat. Try sending one clear idea, not a perfect idea, just a real one. Your body may still feel nervous. That is okay. The goal is not to feel calm right away. The goal is to stay present long enough for your brain to learn. The fifth thing is to separate your ability from your discomfort. This is important. Feeling nervous does not mean you are bad at something. Feeling exposed does not mean you are not ready. Feeling uncomfortable with attention does not erase your skill. You can be capable and anxious at the same time. You can speak well with a fast heartbeat. You can be admired and still feel shy. You can be talented and still need time to adjust to being seen. Your discomfort is not proof that you should hide. It is proof that your brain is still learning what visibility means. Think of attention like light. If you have been in a dark room for a long time, bright light can hurt your eyes. That does not mean light is bad. It means your eyes need time to adjust. In the same way, if your brain learned that attention means judgment, then being seen may feel too bright at first. You do not need to run from the light. You need to let your system adjust slowly. You do this by staying connected to yourself while attention is present. Not by becoming loud, not by pretending you love the spotlight, not by forcing yourself to be fearless. Just by learning that being seen is not the same as being attacked. A look is not always judgment. A pause is not always rejection. A compliment is not always pressure. A mistake is not always a disaster. And a room watching you is not always a room waiting for you to fail. Sometimes people are simply listening. Sometimes they are interested. Sometimes they see something good in you that you are still learning to hold. Maybe you never hated being the center of attention. Maybe you hated the fear that attention would take control of you, that it would make you smaller, that it would make you leave your own body and start living inside other people's opinions. But you can come back, one small moment at a time. You can be seen without performing perfectly. You can be praised without hiding. You can be good at something without owing people a flawless version of yourself. And maybe the real goal is not to become someone who always wants attention. Maybe the goal is to become someone who does not abandon themselves when attention arrives. Because the quiet truth is this: you do not need to disappear to feel safe. You can stand in the light and still belong to yourself.